And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lunar, the Silver Star Story. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and yeah, I just want to do a little prep before we move on. Nothing significant, nothing major. I was gonna buy another dragonfly wing because I like having two. I know, it's so weird, right? And we're kind of low on starlights. Silverlight, yeah, starlights, because silverlights we're gonna keep for like end game stuff. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we have 10, so I take that back. Could use more healing nuts though, maybe. We also have regular herbs, so I think we're actually pretty good right now. I take that back. All right, let's get moving here. We just needed that other dragonfly wing. So, yeah, let's skedaddle. Let's skedaddle. So yeah. We're back with more Lunar, the Silver Star Story. I'm your host, the RPG guy. I don't know why I keep sometimes forgetting, did I say it? Did I say the line? Did I do it? I don't know. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Alright, so believe we need to go. Not this dude. We need to go to one of these places. Here we go. It was one of these guys, I swear. Give me 1 second here. See it. Give us a little bit more volume. There we go. Got turned down really low. Sorry about that. This is my blueprints. Wow, I was about to give up on ever seeing them again.
They were they were stolen from you by the Thieves Guild in Nether, but we got them back.
Thank you very much, but why would thieves be interested in the blueprints for a balloon? Oh well, I'll never be able to understand the criminal mind. My name is Shira. I'm an inventor. I recently moved here so I could focus on my work. I wish I had something to give you as thanks, but we inventors tend to live hand to mouth. I'm sorry.
Well, we need to get over the mountain so we can find the Red Dragon Cave.
I see. Well, now that I have my blueprints back, I can build you a balloon to fly to the cave. But to make it fly, I need a fluffy bug. And the one I had escaped into the field north of here. No problem. We'll catch the bug while you build the balloon. Wonderful. I'll get started on it right away. Don't forget to ask the botanist for permission to enter the field. Alright. So this is kind of like a little mini dungeon. Okay, downstairs lab. There's nothing interesting about that dialogue, and I do believe that technically you don't have to talk to him. You can just go, but whatever. It's silly. And I even want to say they got rid of the need to do that in later versions of the game. So here's another area in which people have pointed out in various like discussion groups about this particular game. You know, let's not use ice, let's use fire. But I hear this a lot. Whoops. She's probably just gonna attack because she can't really do much magic-wise. But I've heard a lot of people bring up like, oh, and Jessica gets 2 swings now, so yay! Okay, so maybe ice would have been better.
Althena!
Not like we weren't going to heal him after the fight anyway. Now, getting back to the point here. XP here is also pretty good. Some enemy groups give you XP better than others. It's up to you whether or not you want to grind here. Again, I know it's like we just did it recently. I don't know. I find value in grinding. I really do. Early. Because the longer and you wait to grind, the more likely you will be swamped and attacked by some nasty dudes. And this is just something that negates you having to worry about that. That's all. Is grinding here necessary? Well, you'll see what happens after this fight here. Why it's another popular grind spot. 508 XP. Since Mia leveled up, we'll see what that actually means in the grand scheme of things here. So Mia just leveled up. So 500 XP is pretty darn good. That's the best you're gonna get around here. I mean, I think it gets a little better. I think there's a bigger fly fight here, but in general, it can get a little better. But ultimately, it's a pretty darn good deal. No matter how you slice it, kids, it's a good deal. A good deal. And especially now that Jessica is on the faster side at the moment. Like so. And she's dishing out damage. She actually, technically right now can outdamage Alex per regular attack. Which is kind of funny. There's no boss in this area, so there's not much to worry about in that regard. High levels. Yay! So yeah, you have very little resistance regarding enemy types here. The only thing that I would argue is that these enemies here, which are the enemies you're actually trying to find, they're not that interesting, nor are they that rewarding to beat. So yeah, that's probably the only negative. Let's use Thunder Thrust. Thunder Thrust is on the loose. Thunder Thrust is loose. Doo-doo. This is like overkill. Lightning attack. It's not gonna kill him, but you see, yeah, Jessica's out damaging Alex right now. So I find it mildly hilarious. And the puffballs will get a turn before we do, so that means Mia will miss one of them here. So using Nash's Thunder Thrust is negligible, really. Because, yeah, we're not going to get the kill. Which means there's a better tactic available to me. I just got to use it. So here's the, if my memory serves me right, yeah, 375 versus the 500. I mean, we're arguing 125 XP, but yeah, the XP average here is really high, much like it was before. The only negative are maybe these dudes, and again, I believe the bigger group like this will give us a bit more XP. I'm pretty sure. Actually, if you can't do that. No, I want to hit all four. I've decided. Let's see what happens if we do that.
Check this out.
Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. No. Okay. Well, the more you know. I shouldn't really divide and conquer They should really focus more on the ones that are being hit by AoE attacks and whatnot. That might be a kill, yeah, but I could have killed one more than what's here if I would have just focused, a little more focused with my attack options. Alright, so let's finish him off this round. But you're getting the idea of this little garden-y area. There's not much really here. There's a few chests. I believe one of the chests has something of interest in it, but at least ooh, 620 something. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Nash level. There's at least one or two chests here that are actually worth grabbing. So yeah, the desire to explore this area is valid. Where, you know, like I mentioned in previous dungeons, there's a few times where you can kind of skip some of the tomfoolery, the bullshit. Here's a healing ring, which we don't need to equip on anybody. But yeah, those are the three enemy types here, I believe. I don't think there's any other ones. And as you can see, they're not that interesting. They really aren't. And you're kind of at the mercy of the game to a mild degree, because there's not much you can really kind of do to kill them off in one round, because the spacing on these enemies is pretty weird. Unless you use Alex's flash cut, which you don't really want to use.
Check this out.
Because it burns too much MP. You're better off doing like explosion staff when you desperately need a little bit more damage dealt. But yeah, because yeah, I could do something like leave the targeting area and a creature in the center, but I don't think Mia's fast enough to get a spell off yet. Yeah, she's not fast enough to compete with the Killer Bee enemies and the Puff enemies speed-wise, and I would even argue I think she's still slower than them. No, actually I don't think she is. I don't think she's slower than the plant monsters here. So because of that, it kind of changes the dynamics of what you can do tactically. Now, we are pretty high level, in all fairness. We are notoriously high leveled for this area, and yeah, we're still taking tons of damage because this game is just mechanically different. I mentioned that, I think, in a previous episode, how the mechanics of this game are very different. But that's the whole idea, is that we're pretty beefed out, and for the level that we are and where we are, and we're still getting decent XP. I mean, geez, Alex and Jessica are about 10 fights or less from leveling again. So yeah, take that how you would like to. Take that in stride. So, but yeah, this place is a little bit of a maze, but nothing compared to what's later. And there's the fluffy bug. I believe he's gonna take off like a bat out of hell, which means that we can't AoE stuff. I will use flash cut here. And we know that's not gonna kill it. Yeah, see, it ran away. Strangely enough, Alex got to go first, but it's not a kill. And now all the characters have weird turn orders for some reason. This fight is always kind of weird. I wonder if it's a glitch, too. It could be glitched in a way. Hard to say, though. And boom goes the dynamite. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's glitched. But again, the perk of leveling up here is you're right next to a town with an Althena shrine, so it's not like, you know, you're hurting for anything. A lot of them will be dead anyway. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop. Just in case.
Check this out.
And there's a kill. Kill. I might actually kill them all off if Kyle gets to go, but I don't think he will. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's like, if Kyle gets a turn right now, we'll kill them all without taking damage, but the fly enemies tend to be really fast, so we're lucky to be as fast as we are. in all fairness. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing. Alright. But you guys pretty much get the gist of this area. There's nothing battle-wise too hard. Maybe the killer fly enemies, because when they do that wind-up attack that you saw, it really hurts. And there's a handful of chests in this area that you'll probably want to get your greasy hands on. Greasy. And even if you find what you're looking for here, don't just run away. Keep fighting around here. There's good stuff. I'm going to clear out these two groups of enemies. Alright, let's keep moving. And there's a crystal bracelet, which I believe... Yep, Nash. Though one of the other things too is we could have waited on the white bracelet, but it was good that we picked it up when we did. It really is. I will make an effort to show some of these fights, but there isn't really much of a point. This one in the middle is just going to take off. And that's kind of the one we need, but... That's how I complain. And yeah, he's going to do that. Eventually, that won't be a problem, but he is going to do that for a while, so we got to deal with that. Alright. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to clear out this whole little area of enemies, sensors, and these little puff dudes, so let's get to it. Alright, so we murdered everything in this vicinity. Yay! We have many different directions to go. Let's go this way. Let's see what's... There we go. Now you'll notice that, if I'm not mistaken, this one doesn't move at all. This is actually the objective one, to which we can come back and deal with him later. But let's go ahead and pick off these other guys really quick. Alright, so we got some good news, and that good news is that, straight up, Alex gets 3 attacks at level 27, so that's already, the perk of fighting enemies and that grinding we did's already starting to show, and that means Kyle's probably not far behind from getting his 3rd attack, either. So, yeah. Again, I know some of you at home or people who are familiar with this game are like, you're doing way too much, brother. You know, I'm doing it because I don't want to, because in many games from this period of time, I even showed you side quest we had to start by talking to someone. There's some others in this game for some side items and side quest items and stuff that make the game easier. The end game stuff a little easier. You technically don't need that stuff. It's all kind of subjective. I know a lot of people like lose their shit when they don't grab it, but there is a way to counter that. You just level up more. As tacky as that is, you just level up more. But jokes aside, yeah, Jessica's got her 2 attacks. Alex got 3. Though Alex is sleeping on the job right now, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more offensive output right now.
Check this out.
And just in general, our party is pretty strong, and we're still on disc 1. So yeah, usually I'd say you're about level 30 by the end of this disc, give or take. Actually, that might be incorrect. I'm trying to think of where this disc ends, and that's the problem. It's been a long time. But yeah, we're really high level, and my goal is still the same. We're going to murder everything in sight, as best and as much as we can. There's some exceptions to this rule. There's just some dungeons that are absurd with how many either enemies they throw at you. The way the enemies are spread out, you might have to find a tactic that would work, even at high levels, because you're still taking, as you noticed, I don't know why I keep explaining this and nailing this point in, is that no matter what level we are, we tend to take a lot of damage. Enemies tend to take like a quarter of your health just in one attack. And yeah, that's just a feature of this game that you have to kind of get used to. For better and for worse. But the reality of it is, it's not the end of the world, and just from Alex having that third attack, he should be able to pick off, theoretically, 3 weakened enemies, because there's only one that didn't get hit. So, he might kill one weakened and the one that's and weaken the one at full health, but let's see here. Yeah, he's going to go after that one. So there's one left. He might get an attack in. Might not. Nope. So there you go. The perk of the 3 swing attack. And Kyle's going to get it too, which makes it even better. Because yeah, it's just a lot of characters getting a lot of attacks. The Spook Hairpin. Ooh, I forget who this goes to. It goes to Mia. Okay. I don't know why I thought Jessica could wear it. Alright. And it raises her wisdom, which that's already another good thing. Let's go ahead and take the old pin out. How many more enemies are around here? There's probably a lot. Look at all these enemies. Look at all this delicious XP for us to consume in mass. So I'm going to kill all these dudes, and we'll continue when we finish our murder spree. We'll see you then. Alright, so I cleared out this open area. Mia leveled, and she's got one of her useful boss abilities, Power Drive, which is pretty much half of which is the other half of the Cascade song. So she can boost defense and boost offensive attack separately. And yeah, pretty much just beefing up Alex and Kyle and, you know, letting them do their thing. That's how boss fights are going to be. And then we have this big open area full of killer flies. And I killed 2 other enemies that led down here because they were kind of in the other area. So we'll wipe these guys out and then we'll get moving because I think that's about all the enemies here. But yeah, everybody leveled almost twice. So I know everybody leveled once. I think Mia and Nash are going to level twice. They leveled twice, but they were almost to level when we got here, so Alright, so we took some more of the local flora and fauna on a deluxe trip to Murder Town. Alright, so I don't believe there's anything else for us to kill, except maybe over here. But I'm pretty sure we did our business here, too. Yeah, okay, so everything's all squared away. So if you need to know where the specific enemy is... What is our 2 next level, by the way? Everybody's kind of in the middle. So that's fine. Because now, you know, 7,000 is kind of in the middle for a level. It is... from the entrance, which is over here. Nope, I lied. It's over here. Entrance... You can really get to it easily going this way. You'll fight through here. And all the way there. And that's where you need to go. Easy? Easy enough for you? I hope so. Now, I do believe this one sticks around. I don't remember. I believe it may even run away and then we gotta chase it down or something silly, you know? It's just kind of... We're going to get it at some point. Okay, it ran. It ran away again. But yeah, I believe we... now, I believe you can actually kill it later in the game, but it's up to you whether you want to dick around with it or not. I don't really ever see the justification to waste my time with it. I don't even remember if you can kill them. I thought you could, but much like the other enemies, they almost always run. So you kind of have to just hope for the best when it comes to dealing with them. But if you've beaten one, let me know, because I'm not familiar with beating them. I never really ever came back and tried to fight them later. And I never even got these characters a chance to actually hit one. So, yeah. And we killed everything in this area, so, with extreme prejudice, so. Yeah, a lot of murder. A lot of sad, dead enemies. Murdered all the way through. Yeah, you better run.
Oh no, it's got away.
Don't worry, no. I know how to handle feisty little things. Come here, critter. Is that the way of Kyle saying he likes to molest people? Anyway.
We've got a cornered.
And we get the fluffy bug.
By the way, Kyle, what was that remark about knowing how to handle feisty things?
Just, I don't know what the word. Just, I don't know what that word means.
Uh-huh. Remind me to define it for you the next time you try to make the moves on me. Not that I'm admitting to being feisty or anything.
In other words, she's gonna cut his balls off. All right. I'm sorry. It's adorable. It's adorable dialogue. It's like somebody thought about how to really bring out these conversations. Makes me wonder about the Japanese script, and it makes me wonder if the Japanese script. And I remember watching the making of CD, and the people translating this. Now, this could be promotional nonsense, but DreamWorks, not DreamWorks. Working Designs. So I look at the game cartridge. Working Designs. I think in one of the documentaries they made on translating these games and bringing them to the U.S., they made a commentary about how the dialogue was pretty mundane and pretty typical, and that the U.S. version is considered the better version because of the changes. They made the characters much more interesting and relatable, at least to American audiences. I can't speak for the Japanese audiences, nor am I going to try to. But there's a whole fascinating thing about that. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong building again. Love and Peace! Alright, so you want to make sure before you do anything you're going to want to save. Not going to lie, you're going to want to save. Alright. Did I actually save? Why do I get the feeling sometimes when I save, I don't save, and it makes me feel weird? Because I'm not sure if I saved. Okay, so even if I didn't, it's not going to matter. We're not going to have to worry about this. You brought the fluffy bug, and just in time. The balloon is complete. If you would be so kind. Alright, so we give him the fluffy bug thing. The fluffy bug has been installed, but according to my calculations, the balloon won't be completely inflated until tomorrow morning. Why don't you spend the night here? It's not exactly luxurious, but at least it's free. Don't worry, bud. Compared to some of the places I've slept, your house is a luxury suite.
I think we could all use some rest, Shira. We'd be glad to stay here tonight.
Considering Kyle's probably slept in pig pens and licked the floors of brothels, so... Good morning, everyone. The balloon should be just about inflated, and you'll be ready to travel to the volcano on the frontier. Alright, up we go. What happened? I double and triple checked my calculations. The balloon should be bursting at the seams by now. Let me rephrase that.
Alex, how are we ever gonna reach the Red Dragon?
Excellent. The inflation is complete. Oh my god.
I won't believe you can fly through the air without wings until I see it, Alex.
Are you ready for takeoff? Yeah, we're ready. If we're not ready by now, I've got deeper problems in life. All aboard, everyone. Plenty of room for 5 people and 1 animal. I like how he's like, 1 animal. What are you saying about Null? I hope the Red Dragon isn't too intimidated by my good looks.
This doesn't look very different from steering a ship, so I'll take the controls. It's such a strange feeling to fly without using magic. Isn't that great fun, Nash?
Sure, fun. Whatever you say.
Okay, here we go.
Up, and away! I did it! I'm a genius! Ah! He starts going back in his invention room and starts furiously masturbating to his genius. I'm a genius! Oh, I'm so smart! Oh. Trust me, there's some people I know who would actually do that. Not that they personally would do that, but they get off on being right all the time. And man, when they're wrong, is it miserable for everyone around them. everyone around them. Alright.
It's not hot at all inside this volcano, Alex. What's going on?
Maybe the volcanic activity is an illusion of magic, but what a powerful illusion. It's the power of the Red Dragon, of course. Athena's guardians are only slightly less powerful than the goddess herself. No, nah, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I hate him so much. He's such a blithering asshole. And I think that is part of the translation. So yeah, we're inside. We need to sell some of this crap. Crippity crap. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Now, the perk of this dungeon is that we are loaded. Well, I'm loaded all the time, but we are loaded with ice weaponry. And Alex gets 3 attacks. So, really, conserving MP shouldn't be too hard to do in most cases. Let's check it out. Boink. Boink. Yonk. Zoink. And kerblamo. Yeah, and you can see Kyle's the only one that's lacking in ice attack wear, but he's fine. And so we killed almost everything except for one, you know, except for one blood slime. And we're not even using straight up ice magic from Mia. We could as the enemies get a little harder, we could start reaching out to utilize her AoE ice magic, but right now I don't see a reason to. And you can see the XP here is pretty good, but I believe you can leave. I believe you can leave here, but there's really no point in grinding here because I've never found it that useful to do it here. I don't know how else to describe it, guys. I've never found it that relevant to grind characters here, so I wouldn't bother too much with it. And the enemies these particular enemies aren't too damaging, so. But as per usual, we're gonna probably clear out all the enemies here. I'm probably gonna use herbs to heal early on, until we run out of medical herbs. And the reason being, as weird as that sounds to some of you, the reason I'm considering doing that is because number one, our inventory is getting kind of filled up. Number two, we want to conserve as much MP as possible. And that comes from Jessica. We do have some starlights with us, so it's not like we can't, you know, burn some of those as needed, so to speak. But I don't think that it's going to be a problem. So, and yeah, killing all the enemies down here, mucho XP. It's something you want to invest your time in doing because it's only gonna help you, you know, win, and winning is awesome, especially when you're a winner. But yeah. We're gonna burn some of because we're gonna keep the healing nuts, but we're gonna use some of those healing herbs. Put them healing nuts in your mouth, boy. Put them in there. But yeah, just to get rid of the healing herbs because they've kind of lost their potential value here. And so yeah, more slimes. Okay, so I killed another slime that was hanging out up here. So 2 slimes down. 2 healing herbs left. I think Mia has one too. So now we're gonna get introduced to a palette swap, much like the palette swap in the sewers, right? With the blood slimes, fire elementals. Again, I believe we don't need to burn magic, so I won't try to. Let's see what happens here with this layout of 3. I believe they come in groups of 5 later. I might be thinking of a different dungeon. Oh, wow. Alex couldn't get the gib. That's not going to be good. So you can see none of them are going to be gibbed. Maybe this one. Nope. Okay. So, and they paralyzed, too. So we'll have to... Forgot that they paralyzed. Didn't even cross my mind. So Mia's going to have to put in a little more effort. Maximum effort, which I'm okay with. Just because now our 2 melee fighters are stunned, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. They were almost dead. They were almost dead. Ice Wall's expensive, so we don't want to make a habit of using that in regular fights down here. That easily should have killed them all, but whatever. Well, no, actually, it may not have. But we got a couple healing nuts, and notice we got 2 of them. Because when it flashes, it means you got 2 of them. Because it flashed because it's 1 for each one. So, that fight could have been a lot better. We could open up with Nash using lightning, but I just don't see a reason to. Alright, that's good. I'll think about how to handle that fight a little later. Here's another new enemy. If it's who I think it... Yeah, it's these guys. Again, they can be independently pretty nasty. In all fairness, Nash is terrible at damaging things down here, so... It might be in our best interest to let him use spells.
Check this out.
Gives us a little extra damage to work with. The thing is I believe we're gonna have a few blood slimes left over. There's a Gib. Mia, come on, Mia. I believe in you. I don't believe in you. And everybody gets pegged on that one. Great. Damn it. So yeah. Enemies, they hit a little harder. What can I say? No, Mia! No! Alright, nope. What am I doing? Let's do that, and that.
Althena, lend me your power!
Get the kill, yeah. Not a big deal that did went a little south. Don't remember much of the enemy types in here and like how strong they are. So we'll get that all sorted out. Like I said, look at how high level we are, and we're still getting our butt. Oops, what am I doing? We're still getting our butts kind of handed to us, but that's okay. Because now that we have a much more solid understanding of what we're dealing with, but that will not happen again. A lot of XP, a lot of money. Getting into that ice mongrel money range now. You know what? Just use some of these, really. From one on Mia. And that's really it, because we can do that. Alright. And there's a starlight. Another reason why you shouldn't worry too much about MP is I believe there's a handful of starlights down here as well, which should help negate some of the issues that you might be worried about running out of, you know, MP or what have you. Let's divide it up like so. Ow! I'm just curious to see if we can kill at least 2 to 3 of these things. Nice crit there, freaking Jess. Nice crit. Okay, so even with the crit, one crit, Kyle couldn't technically finish off that one. Hopefully Mia goes for that one. Or the one Alex attacked. She did not. Mia, you failed me. You failed me for the last time. No, it's really because I'm not using Mia's skills. I guess we could use Blizzard. It's only 10. And it would hit everything. And it's 5 cheaper than using the other skill. We'll do that in the next few fights here. Because at this point, it's like I'm taking unnecessary amounts of damage because I'm not optimizing my options. So Mia's going to start getting a bit more involved in these fights, magically speaking. Because, yeah, it would just make my life easier. And we have enough starlights that it shouldn't be an issue. Between the ones we bought and the ones we're going to find. And technically, it's I'd be burning more of Jessica's MP to do what I'm currently doing than to actually be more objective and more offensively driven. I would cost 5 less MP overall, because if I use the multi-heal, that's 15. So yeah, and I'd have to use that multiple times to replace the my goof ups here. So, all right, new enemy. These are the ants, I think. Well, obviously they're the scorpions. Okay. I don't remember magic working on them so well, or there's something weird with them. Regardless, let's get to it. These enemies aren't going to kill themselves. I'd rather do that. We'll use Blizzard. We'll have Kyle go for one of them. I want to say this one's the threat. We'll actually have Jessica go for the other one. I know I had Alex going for the blood dudes, but that's fine. I don't mind that so much. The scorpions, I believe, are the bigger threat here. I think they're even going to get a turn before Mia gets a turn. Possibly. Oh, no, they won't. Okay, well, that's good to know that Mia still gets a turn before most of the enemies here do. Look at that. Not even a kill on the scorpions. Damn it. Alright, fuck it. Killing them weakest to strongest at this point. Because at this juncture, they're not out damaging the current blood enemies, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to dick around with them anymore. Right at this point, it just makes more sense to kill the stuff that does damage to me first, which is everything does damage to us. You notice I'm changing my strategy in this dungeon a bit because I'm just not having much luck with it, with the enemies here, which is gonna happen, and especially as the game gets harder. Because yeah, this is kind of mildly embarrassing that I'm having a kind of brain fart moment on some of these fights with these enemies. Because, you know, they're all mostly weak to ice except for those scorpions. Which is kind of was like, oh yeah, the scorpions. Yeah, they're not weak to anything. There we go. Keep it above 100. Okay, blood. Ooze dudes, let's take care of them. Alright, took them on a trip to Murder Town. Yeah, using magic is actually makes things a little more tolerable. I'm just being a dick. Alright, I know he's there, I just want to see. Alright, we'll go murder him. Alright, so, yeah. Kill the weakest enemies first. Though that should have been, like, a common sense thing. I could take getting hit by 2 scorpions pretty easily. Getting hit by 4 enemies that I didn't kill is a bit of a bigger problem. Oh, look at how much easier they are. Alright. All sorted out there. There's still a bunch more enemies. I'm going to take out these 2 enemy groups right here with some frozen murder. Alright. So, kill the 2 groups of them. There's the doorway. There's 2 doorways. One of them leads back the way we came, which is this one here. Don't want to get them confused. And this is the one that goes in oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is... I believe we have to get this later. Yeah, we have to get that later. Alright. Yeah, because this dungeon's designed in a kind of a weird way.
You who seek to test your mettle in the dragon trials, heed my words.
Are you the red dragon?
If you wish to claim my power, your bravery must be demonstrated for all to witness. Move forward without fear. I shall embrace you with the warmth of my presence.
We're brave enough. And we get a free healing, so I don't feel so bad about burning through MP. But it's going to be problematic from this point on, so they kind of give you a little bit of exposure to what you're going to be up against, and then you're left to your own devices going forward. As we grab a barrier ring. Now, barrier rings, really quick. Got a little bit too much of this in there. The barrier ring, here, raises magic resistance. I don't think it's better than what Kyle already has on him. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, it raises it by another 10, so it's the same difference, really. Actually, no, I think it's better. Let's take it all off and just figure it out. So, that's, the barrier ring raises his magic resistance by 15 versus the... Wait, I'm looking at regular defense, my bad. It raises it up by 15, both stats by 15. So that's good. Whereas this one only does both stats by 10. So theoretically, that's the better combo. We can sell the Devil's Pendant when we get around to it. That's why you don't really need to buy Alex one. Technically, you don't need to buy Alex one ever. But I bought it anyway because we had money to burn. That's how I look at it. Let's clean out some enemies and then we'll get back to it. Alright. So many enemies to kill, so little time. Get another Starlight, because like I said, we're going to find a slurry of them down here. Or a slew of them down. Slurry of them? Slew? Whatever. Anyway, we'll kill this dude, and then we'll kill the Scream and Rage demon that came towards us. And then we'll deal with the fire in a moment. Alright, so we took care of that. We'll take a little bit of area damage. That's going to be a thing. So just be wary of it. It hits a little hard. It hits for about 5 damage. And it will be relevant to keep track of the damage that it does later. So we're back on the previous floor, but in a different area of it. So, yay. Alright, let's keep on trucking here. Now, we've got a couple ways to go. It's, in all fairness, it is kind of hard to tell which way to go. So I'm actually going to go back and we're going to clear out that area, then come back through here first, and then get all that knocked out. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I guess I got some enemies to clear out here. Let's get to it, because there's 3 of them plus the ooze above us. So let me clear them all out. Okay, so we cleared out the enemies here and the one ooze up here. Let's keep exploring. I just don't really remember which way to go that doesn't continue us deeper in here into the dungeon. So I'm actually gonna go over here. Okay, for some reason I thought this continued us. I guess it didn't. It's getting to a point where I just didn't know, and I didn't want to risk it. And in all fairness, when I was walking around, I noticed the left side open up a bit more. So I'm like, maybe that's not the way I want to go. So regardless, and yes, I didn't read the tiara thing. What does it say? Harry Scary. And he got one. Not cubic zirconia for the crystal bracelet. Alright, so, haha. Knee slapper. Alright, let's keep moving. Now we can go up and down, or down. I want to go down, I think. We're going to head this way instead. And see what's near the bottom of this area. Alright, killed them real good. Let's keep moving here. These enemies aren't going to kill themselves, even though I'd like them to. Alright. Oh, I'm on fire! And we get the flame sword, which we will not equip right now. Because equipping the flame sword right now would be bad. Considering everything here is fire-based, right? And we don't want to heal our enemies. Or do minimal damage, rather. You don't really heal enemies in this game in combat, I don't think. It might be in the sequel, but not in this one for sure. Pretty sure about that. Alright, we're doing pretty good so far. Let's keep chugging along here. Alright, there's the big area we gotta get through later. We actually gotta run through that at some point. There's a small thing over here now. This is the upper area I didn't go to first, so let's clear out this area. Alright, grab the 1,000 silver. I think that's really it before we have to walk through the tornado of fire here. Which we're better off luring this enemy out for sure, and then possibly, I think there's another one in there. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Alright, let's keep moving here, and here we go. Oh, I'm on fire. Alright, let's keep moving. Go, go, go. Woo! Sorry, I had to get through that. The reason it's so important to get through that quickly is because, how do I describe it? Really, you just got to get through it because you're just constantly taking damage. Even if you're standing still, it's not like other RPGs. Even if you're standing still, guess what? You're going to be taking damage. So the only way to get around that is to literally just keep running, keep moving, move. Move that body, right? Move that body tonight. All right. Mia's doing okay at 100 MP, but we're gonna. Oh, crap. Ow.
Doesn't this ever end? What's that?
Yeah, don't go near it right now, please. Give me a second to recover here.
Looks like it's time to teach some bitches to heal.
At least that's the only warning we're gonna get on that, by the way. Let's go ahead and let's recover some MP. P. 1, 2, 3. That's fine for Nash. 4, 5. That should be enough for Mia. Let's do one more for Jessica because we might have to AoE heal a bit more. How many more do we have here? We have enough that we can do Mia one more time. Alright, I'm comfortable with that. I'm happy with that. Everybody looks healed all the way. And as per usual, it's probably in our best interest, in some way, shape, or form, to make a save. Doing it twice for good measure. And what is our levels going in here? 28. Alex will probably level. Maybe Jessica as well from this fight, so that's interesting. Oh, look who it is.
Such impatience. Couldn't you at least have the courtesy to wait until I had the proper trap prepared?
You're really wearing my nerves thin, Honeybomb. I think it's time you left.
If only it were that easy for you, my cross-dressing foe. I'm not going anywhere. Then perhaps we'll have to help you to the door.
Yeah, get her.
I'm afraid I don't have time to enjoy your quasi-adorable antics, but if my little pets here do their job, that won't be a problem in the future. Alex, what are those things? Be careful, everyone. These guardians are formed of pure magic.
You don't say. Time to make...
As Kyle said,
Let's make these bitches heal.
first things first, though. Power. We'll hit them both with this, so may as well go all out there. Get Alex going here. The power. And she could attack, actually.
Check this
Thunder Thrust is guaranteed to hit both of them. Nash is really not going to dish out as much damage as her other characters, so there's no reason to rely on him too much, as fucking Jessica gets 2 crits in a row right there. And Kyle's going to do reduced damage on his turn because he's just not going to get the benefit that Mia would bring to the table outright. Uh-oh, look out! Not my healer! And oh yeah, by the way, Nash is on secondary healing, which we'll obviously do for our healer. Put that on Kyle, and then she'll start releasing offensive magic of her own, but we can't just wait for Kyle to be at the same strength as Alex is buffing-wise. We have to start dishing out the damage now. That's not negotiable, but you gotta start dishing out that delicious doomed damage. Damage a baby beach. And then Mia's gonna help by, and the idea is to just keep track of, you know, work on one dog at a time. Do not try to AoE hit them both. It's completely pointless, except in the case of Nash. It really is completely pointless. The sooner we take one of these fire dogs down, the better.
Check
These
this
flaming bastards. Hence why I'm gonna let Nash attack this round, just because we should be okay.
out. Athena, lend me your power.
Should be able to kill it either this round or next round. The first one, anyway.
Summon elemental
But
power.
we'll see. And luckily they're going for melee attacks, which actually is a breather for us a little bit. But oh no, Jessica's down. That's bad. That's really bad. We'll have to make do. Again, the only reason Nash is using his big AoEs because that's all he has. He doesn't have a
Check
single
this out.
target. We could use his ice rod, but this actually I think does a little bit more damage. Should kill one by now. I'm surprised one of them's still standing.
Elemental power.
Usually they're hurting pretty bad at that point. The fact that he's still up and moving is concerning. Again, we'll have to put Nash on healing duty. So, until we at least kill one of these guys. You know what? Well, let's go a little heavier. Because we're not getting much of a choice here. If we can get... No, I should have brought up. No, do have the means to pick Jessica up, I think. I think Alex has a healing item. Up, one down. We may not need to worry about it.
Summon elemental power.
Let's see here how we do. Yeah, that's a bit more damage there. So we'll just go with the extra MP burn. Yeah, we do have that. All right. We gotta do something about the healing. So 78 versus 90. So yeah, the Thunder Thrust does more damage. It's just that the enemies aren't weak to it. And the only benefit of using it early on is really because you have to hit multiple enemies. All right, now we should be back in business here. Unless he hits with like that uber fireball attack, we should be fine. Yeah, 89. It's 10 HP more. May as well do it till he runs out of MP. That's how I look at it.
Summon elemental power. Check this out. Athena, lend me your power. Summon elemental power.
Sorry I'm not saying much. It's just really beating this thing down. And hoping it doesn't kill anybody. It's only got it should be on its last legs here.
Check this out.
There we go. Woo, cutting it close. 4 grand, nice. That should get some people levels. Definitely Alex and Jessica, maybe somebody else too. Mia, okay. Definitely not Nash, yeah, I didn't think so. So everybody but Nash leveled from that. Sweet. Fucking A, man. Yeah, that battle can be a little rough. Obviously, they gunned for Jessica, which didn't really help us.
Just as I have foreseen, you have grown stronger, Alex. Much stronger. You've only seen the raw edge of our power, Royce. Give up now! Give up? Goodness, no. We have quite a future ahead, you and I. But I'm afraid to say the present finds us going our separate ways.
Wait!
I almost forgot to share your fortune with you. The red light you pursue shall grow dim, and a great, great arm blackens all. Oh, how I love to be the bearer of bad news. Farewell, children. She's trying to be brave, Alex, but I can sense her fear. She's afraid of us.
The red light shall grow dim? You don't think she meant the red dragon, do you?
I guess we'll have to keep going to find out.
Yes, we will. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just doing it out of, like, that internal necessity to always stay healed. Alright. I just want to check, because I think there's another chest on the other side. I could be wrong. I usually am about that. Yep. And, yeah, let's get to it.
It's so quiet and cold in here, Alex. No one's been here for a long time. Red Dragon, come out, wherever you are. Please?
He's not here and all. I think we might be...
Too late. Oh, don't even think such a terrible thing. Whoa!
You who seek to undergo the dragon trial, my body has been stolen by the Magic Emperor.
What? That old dragon? No, it's a lady dragon. That's why you look like...
I forgot it was a lady dragon.
I have come to you in this...
I don't know what
I have come to you in this ethereal form to impart knowledge to you. I shall not be long until my soul fades from this place for all eternity.
No.
This is awful, brah. 15 years ago I began a long sleep. But was awakened a short time ago by a song with tremendous magical power.
A song with magical power?
Alex, you have overcome my dragon trial. Your bravery was demonstrated when you crossed the wall of magic flame. Your power has been made evident, but it is not a singular power. You have the power to protect your loved ones, and to destroy the evil of this world. The future, as Athena and Dine envisioned it, has been entrusted to you. Well, I have grown weary. The time has come for me to rest.
Red Dragon!
Don't worry, Null.
My chest hurts, Alex. I can't stop crying.
Oh no, shut the fuck up. Ruin the moment much? Alex, it looks like the red dragon's shield is shimmering.
Oh yeah!
We get this a dragon shield.
You did it, Alex. You got the red dragon shield. You're halfway to becoming the Dragon Master.
The Dragon Master. And we also learned a new magic spell. Woo! Dragon Anger. And let's go ahead and just put that on there. Get that out of our inventory.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the enemies are back. Let me deal with this really quick since we are kind of hurt, and I just want to, I'll just fucking power through this. And I know we're getting long on the time here. Alright, so, did not mean to go and pick a fight with that dude. Let's go ahead, I believe. We'll Dragon Wing the hell out of here. Probably could have used, what's her name skill, but whatever. Save up a few bucks. Let's get the hell out of here and skedaddle. We done good, guys. We done good. We probably should return to Illic. That's strange.
I don't like the tone of your voice, Jess.
Why, pray tell, are we floating down to the ground? Actually, it feels more like falling than floating. Don't panic, everything's under control. Just let me press this button. Okay. Now we can panic!
I knew this was a job for a man, not a woman!
My life, it's flashing before my eyes. Hold on, Alex, everybody. I'll see if I can soften the landing.
I argue one of the more questionable cutscenes in this game, next to maybe the fountain, but the hot spring, but whatever. Man.
At last we have a big target. We've been waiting for. Ready and lift.
Aren't you not supposed to steal things if you're from the Thieves Guild? Guess that doesn't hold up. Alright.
That didn't hurt as much as I expected.
Speak for yourself. I heard plenty. Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Fortunately, I was able to soften the landing a little. Fortunately, the balloon wasn't so lucky. It's trashed.
Wait, is this Reza?
You're alive.
Alright.
As soon as I heard the crash and looked outside, I knew it was you, kids. I'm just glad none of you got hurt.
Actually, I think one of my wings is hyperextended.
Oh, God.
Alex, you're back. Did you meet the Red Dragon? I see. Damn the Vile Tribe. So what happened to the balloon? I knew that crazy contraption was going to crash. I'm not laughing at you, of course. I'm glad you weren't hurt. I just like a good pratfall as much as the next guy. Well, Alex, while you were making an impact crater in the middle of Reza, I heard that the bridge you destroyed at Mariode was fixed. First a bridge, then a balloon. I'm sensing a trend. It's time for you to cross over to the Stadius Zone, Alex, and seek the Blue Dragon.
Alright, and then this guy's asking where Lily is. So, alright, so we're back in Reza, and this is a good place for us to heal up, sell off our excess, because we do have some excess items we can get rid of. And thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy, and when we come back, we'll be heading to the Stadius Zone, Stratus Zone, whatever it's called, to find us a blue dragon. We'll see you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.